They've been the WNBA's two best. Here's Hole on the drive, floats it up. Here's Kelsey Mitchell, who's been red hot. Clark looking ahead and finds Boston.
What a great way for Leah Boston.
Courtney Williams playing catch. Williams here's Clark. Clark with that float shot.
Really step up her game.
Mitchell launches in the WNBA, and they've been players
alive, not only with their shot, but
a year ago seemed destined to finish 10 of their last 11 as Clark launches. Smith.
Of a scoring threat this season has just kind of here, even adapt within the season.
4 games. Smith catching.
You have to be able to put a hand up on all.
And any team in the WNBA, this is yearly going in Boston with a massive size of
mouse in the house. It really the ball up there. She does a good job recognizing, especially with the block on here. Lexa Hull would have really treasured that.
Here's Kelsey Mitchell, catch and shoot. Fever shooters in the Minnesota perimeter. Here's Mitchell, head full of steam. Clark looking ahead, feeding.
So that's hard to recover.
Boston deep. And once again, it's Clark.
Be quicker than the team, but right there. Such a great time.
And down. Here's Clark, catch and shoot. There's presented by State Farm.
Playoffs, and it plays out like that. She said,
"You're out of the timeout." McBride is open.
Knowing where the ball is going to come off everything.
Williams crossing up hole and from the mid-range.
But she can also put the ball on the floor. So
just checked in. She's a good defender, too.
Get to that sweet spot. The respect that these players have for her.
The 3, driving on. Heidemann leads in. Flip. Been a really good acquisition for the Lynx.
For perfection. And within herself as well, but she
has not checked out of the game here. Court pass. That is a deep 3 from Clark. Looking aggressive. Clark launching. Clark pushing the pace on the other end. On one, she'll bounce for Mitchell. Mitchell.
So many different variables just in that.
Noticing about the chemistry of Clark.
I think they both want the same thing as far as that, and I think that's exactly what
free. Back Bentley with the offensive rebound. Andrew
player that again the super desperate.
Extra pass. And Lassini. Clark sets up Dantas. Gassheim. Got a goal here. That's a difficult look by as many as 11 of Good Eats. It's one of the top defenses in the league. As Asia Wilson for kick back. Here's a fact. Bentley 3. Lassini.
Not with the exact same energy. And
I guess if you're the opponent. But
you have to continue to really players to score.
Heidemann attacking Clark. Found a spot in the WNBA. It's Clark.
I mean, not only with her passing, but also paints. And then flip side of that, especially that floater.
9 from their second unit. Really strong here. Is back in.
She couldn't quite stay out of.
Hines Allen, aggressive take. They've got a really good, just blows by Collier and late. Collier extra pass. And they're
super high, but she has a great. But we've seen
tested for the 3rd time this season.
Fine.
An open 3. Now she'll take it. And
to the next.
Taylor and Lynn Dunn are
to the day, all hours.
To a nice start. He's going feeds Boston, who will launch. Hines Allen staying aggressive by State Farm.
It's so important just to see the chemistry for the success that they've had. It's not just kind of do what works and play how.
19 of their 39. They've already won 5 more games than even Mitchell. Extra pass. McBride catch and shoot. Clark the hesitation. Clark the floater.
Here's the halftime reports, whatever the case may be.
It's amazing how quickly that's Mitchell into traffic. Shot too strong.
That is really what's making this team so special.
Had wound down.
That makes it tough on the defense because it means cut in front of you.
So. For the Lynx, just 3 for Indiana. Take into a double team, lofts it up for Boston. Now this is the question. Uhas launches. Williams sets up Collier, who's open, and but Collier's having scores in the WNBA rebounds. The Sparks take on Angel Reese, and this rookie class has been on the handoff from Boston. And
as you can see, Hines Allen did not like that. First time they were going to the playoffs.
In this building, too. Look at Hines Allen. Carlton back for Williams. Offensive foul. 18 this year, 13 a year ago. So look at Mitchell. Clark playing.
For the Fever. Again, it's not always about the mix.
There as Williams on the drive, off balance. Great with the shot clock low, and Boston will. Hines Allen skip past Carlton. And
it wasn't the best, but she's been able to really buck.
Iowa State. Knocking. Clark fading, firing. Put her on that initial wrap around pass to Carlton. Knights. Minnesota has really lost her father just before the second half of the season. Alana Smith.
How the rest of the game is going to go.
Boston backing her way in, flips it up.
Point down to get that ball. She
Right in, good defense there by Atlanta Smith. They went into halftime with Smith launching. Boston spinning into a double. Momentum clearly in the hands of the Minnesota playoffs with a ton of experience.
But it looks like they've had an answer.
Here's Smith rolling and change that.
Front ball, so being able to go and find plays happen, but again, the momentum.
Clark stepping back, fading, firing. Smith couldn't handle it, right into the hamstrings for games in your area line. Boston do a trip, made field goal. Carlton
Up and have that call.
Mitchell trying knocked away. Lexi, hold another steal behind the back, stepping back into a deep two. Collier straight away.
If it doesn't, you got to get back on defense.
Boston on the drive, gets inside and just carried Indiana offensively.
Being able to move from side to side, so that's not.
Keeps it there, trying to hold down number 6. And then
Not moving with the person.
Mitchell seen in the third as Collier works. Shooter. There. Here's Collier going coast to coast to create, but everything's difficult.
And just was able to embrace the
Williams firing it inside. Collier has here on Indiana. Mitchell gets with it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get into Williams. 2 seconds.
time.
Williams steps into a throw.
Find the open players so easy.
Clark driving on Carlton. Clark the three, pulls up and connects. At least since the month of May.
To win. But you got to
the bench. Mitchell stepping into a deep two from the Lynx, and Hines Allen catch the shots. Cole steps into a key moment in this game as Allen maybe shuffled her feet here in the third quarter.
Opportunity to do that here, but
that'll send Indiana to the line.
They can get some of this momentum back.
Bentley off balance, feeds inside to behold. Laid and shot.
If you get beat, you got securing yourself. That's not too high, not too low. Great job, just in all of her qualities.
Mitchell on the drive, the floater. With a high-low for Minnesota.
You can seize the post.
Cole, corner to the fourth. And the fever really by back Bentley. Collier lines up inside deep position. Collier, Mitchell wide open. Another
unacceptable. I know they got an earful.
Here of the fourth as Carlton tries to ease it long. They started the season 1-8, so putting on the move. Shot off the mark there. Carlton corner three after that 29-point third quarter. Instead looking inside for Boston.
The offense is going to make you.
And in your praise pregame. I think maybe at times that's to take it back.
College to last year to this year has been.
Pass, Williams steps into a three. Can't put it up with Semi-Pack Bentley. And a lot. Uhas back for Williams. And
really going to not be in the Beavers.
Setting up Clark. Opening the sellout crowd to their feet. Samuelson will check in. Bull gets it in a minute. Smith straight away. Boston one bounce. Bentley. Williams watches.
Top as well that she just decided to go.
Nice Samuelson open from the corner. Breathing room here. Back up four. Skip pass. Side. Mitchell watches. And hit. Williams knocks it in the corner. Carlton launches. Clark, step back. Mitchell, step back. By Caitlin, it stops the fast break. Clark is 25, extra pass. Carlton, big serve from Bridget Carlton. Boston, another impact play.
And pumped up on the road.
Clark, back for Samuelson. Driving on Samuelson, gets by in 50 seconds. Give him. Here is Clark, difficult. Boston thought about the three, she'll hoist. Carlton started all of it. Bentley back for a hole.
Her rhythm, and her team
now a 4-point lead, so Indiana trying to hold on to 6. Here's Mitchell running.
The team gets momentum.
They really set the tone. Still rattled off the final 5 points of them as they headed into the locker room, and they
in it, so you have to be able to get over.
With 26 here tonight. There's Fag Bentley from the corner. Lynx team going. It is, and it is to Minnesota.
Collier following this win, and Nafisa.
A year for Kelsey Mitchell, who lost her father just before the season. Shining here in the second half of the season. Alana Smith.
And really just put a statement on how the rest of the game is going to go.
Minnesota threatening here to open up the third. Boston backing her way in, flips it up.
Like it faced her. So going down to get that ball, she
Playing catch underneath. Smith muscling her way in. Good defense there by Alana Smith. Pick up some of that momentum they went into halftime with. Smith launches. Chicago is taking that another step forward. Boston spinning into a double. Momentum clearly in the hands of the Minnesota. They'll head into the playoffs with a ton of experience.
Been tested all season long, but it looks like they've had an answer a bit more and more comfortable with each other.
Here's Smith rolling and opening a couple minutes of the third. Clark trying to change that.
One person who can also go off for these 20 balls, so being able to go and find the ones that I think we should just let the plays happen. But again, the momentum.
Trying to swing it back the direction of Indiana. Clark stepping back, fading, firing. They whip it inside. Smith couldn't handle it. Right into the hands of the WNBA on Ion. Check your local listings for games in your area. Playoff matchups on the line. Boston do a trip. Beaver have gone 4 minutes now without a made field goal. Carlton.
It's her defender, so just coming up and having that call.
Mitchell trying it. Williams feeds inside. Smith had it knocked away. Lexi, hold on, another steal. Mitchell looking aggressive. Mitchell going behind the back, stepping back into a deep two. Could have got a better look out of their possession. Collier straight away.
Which, if it goes, it's great. If it doesn't, you got to get back on defense and include victory of the second half.
Boston on the drive, gets inside, and that trio of Boston, Mitchell, and Clark has carried Indiana offensively.
Defender as well, just being able to move from side to side. So that's not.
Less than 48 hours ago. Keeps it this Minnesota battling for number 2. Fever trying to hold down number 6. And
they're not talking, and they're not moving with the person.
Mitchell, deep 2-point shots from Mitchell that we've seen in the third. As Collier working.
A nice easy finish there for Smith.
78% free throw shooter. And away. Way too easily there. Here's Collier going coast to coast. Second quarter. Mitchell trying to create, but everything's difficult.
And just so physical and just was able to embrace the contact.
Pick up the intensity defensively. Here's Williams firing it inside. Collier has an 8-point lead. They have turned the tables here on Indiana. Mitchell gets long. Beaver had their way with it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get into Williams takes it Clark. 2 seconds.
Lining up and seeing something we've seen time and time.
Williams steps into a throw.
Wow. It looks like Minnesota is able to find the open players so easy.
Offense has been out of sync. Clark driving on Carlton. Clark numbers, extra pass. Williams shot fakes the 3, pulls up, and connects. Season. Or at least since the month of May.
She's passionate. She loves the game. She wants to win. But you've got to.
We'll get a brief rest on the bench. Mitchell stepping into a deep 2. Look at the ball movement here from the Lynx, and Hines Allen catch.
Made them pay by finding that open person.
In fact, Bentley, she was open, passes up the shots, Cole steps into it. This really feels like a key moment in this game as Hines Allen maybe shuffled her feet. 27-10 here in the third quarter. Have just 10 in the third.
Which the Fever have an opportunity to do that here, but
that'll send Indiana to the line.
They have to be so solid to see if they can get some of this momentum back in time.
Heineman driving into back. Bentley off balance, feeds inside. Has really been a sight to behold. Laid and shot.
Discipline on Lexi Hold's part. If you get beat, you got. She has a way of carrying herself that's not too high, not too low, but also the mama she is. She does a great job just in all of her qualities.
Good defensive sequence there for Minnesota. Mitchell on the drive, the floater.
Aren't falling. See if you can make somebody fall.
That high-low for Minnesota.
In those timeouts and that halftime, see where you can feed the post a little more. Bad late, and the Lynx are able to punish it.
Oh, corner. Much better start here to the fourth. And the Fever really. Hines Allen. And watched by Fag Bentley. Collier lines up. Heineman inside, deep position. Collier. Clark. Mitchell wide open.
Clark finding the open teammates.
another.
Like Chelsea Mitchell is absolutely unacceptable. I know they got an earful.
3 in the first 2 minutes here of the fourth as Carlton tries to. This has been a resilient group all season long. They started the season 1-8 game situations. Mitchell putting on the move, shot off the mark there. Here tonight, Carlton corner 3 points here in the fourth after that 29-point third quarter. Mark on a handoff. Oh, had a moment there. Instead looking inside for Boston.
You are getting late. The offense is going to make
70% free throw shooter. And Chris decides to really sing your praise pregame. I think maybe more is needed of her for this team to win, and at times that's to take a back.
Her growth from last year to this year, even college to last year to this year, has been.
McBride extra pass. Williams steps into a three. Can't. So jumping up with Timmy Pack Bentley, and a lot up shot too strong. There's Dorka Juhas back for Williams, and
multiple offensive possessions. Really going to not be in the Beavers.
Boston setting up Clark. They put in 3. Caitlin Clark summoning the sellout crowd to their feet. Katie Lou Samuelson will check in. Bull gets it here for at least a couple of minutes. Smith straight away, looking for space. Feeds it into Boston. Boston one bounce. Bentley.
From AB to Clark.
Williams watches.
Basketball. I think she had a wide open shot as well that she just decided to go.
Clark feeding it back for Boston. Inside, Samuelson open from the corner. So with a little breathing room here. Back up 4.
Monster block there by AB trying to get something there.
Clark, skip pass. Smith muscling inside. Mitchell watches.
So not only from the crowd, but from his team.
Williams not the 3, had him in on the drive. Bounce pass into the corner. Carlton launches.
Over with Carlton. You got to be able to know where she's at.
Clark, step back. Mitchell, step back. Really an intelligent play there by Caitlin. It stops the fast break.
Be there for your players and get those across.
Clark is 25 minutes have shown out here tonight. Smith extra pass. Carlton, big shot.
Her teammates are looking for her.
A silencer from Bridget Carlton. Boston. Look at Carlton making another impact play.
Up to that rebound, and they're pumped up on the road.
Rebound. Nice job by Heidemann to evade it. Clark back for Samuelson. Lead. Heidemann driving on Samuelson. Gets bumped. 1 minute and 50 seconds. Give them. Couldn't get over the hump. Here is Clark. Difficult. Boston thought about the 3. She'll hoist.
Third quarter, and it just made him pay bucket after bucket.
Carlton started all of it. A pulse. Bentley back for a hole.
Woken up, and she's done a great job of finding her rhythm. And her team
goes in on the playoffs. Connecticut right now a 4-point lead. So high break. Indiana trying to hold on to 6. Here's Mitchell running.
And being able to stop those runs. The team gets momentum entirety of that second half.
They really set the tone. They had a 10-point lead, and Minnesota rattled off the final 5 points. But I think a little bit of momentum as they headed into the locker room. And
it's extremely difficult to stay mentally in it, so you have to be able to get over.
Third quarter with 26 here tonight. Double. There's Fag Bentley from the corner. But this battle-tested Lynx team going trimmed all the way down to 1. It is season. And in a 2, both losses to Minnesota. And be right back here on Ion.
I'm now joined courtside by Napheesa Collier following this win, and Napheesa,